All right. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Contract Administration Board meeting for December 19th, 2025. We're going to open the meeting at 12:10 p.m. And before we get started, first of all, while we're all still here together, I'd like to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season, and especially a very Happy New Year and a prosperous New Year to you and your families.
Thank you.
So, I'd like to open by entertaining a motion to accept the minutes from November 13th to 2025.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried. First on the agenda today is contract number 2025-1713. It's the MVP Arena. The vendor is Olive and Oregano LLC, interesting name. Estimated amount is $90,250, and it's a lease for retail space at the MVP Arena, and there is no fiscal impact to the county at this point.
Correct. So this is a lease to take over the West Avenue chicken space. It's a 5-year lease, $18,050 per year in annual lease payments. The fare that they will have is breakfast sandwiches, most importantly rotisserie chicken that people can buy and take home, very much like Sam's or BJ's, at a very reasonable price for those that may want to take home dinner some nights. Lemon pancakes and so forth. Great menu. The person that I've been working with on this is taking it over from Todd, who has the War Room, and who tried to put in the West Avenue chicken, and it just didn't work out for him, or for Mario, his partner, who has the same place in Saratoga. But this lady has decided to come in, and she has good background, good roots in the food business, and I think this is something that we should give her a shot to be able to do it.
Great. Anytime we can get a new vendor, it's awesome. Any questions?
Just one. So someone else is in there right now, so this is a new tenant, is that right?
So the people that were leasing or currently have a lease, which is the owners of the War Room, tried to make it work with West Avenue Chicken. They've been closed for the last 2.5 months.
Okay.
And so they closed it when they realized it just wasn't working. They weren't getting the traffic in. And so they know they're still obligated for the current lease, and they understand that. The new vendor that we're talking about here is going to take over as of January 1st. So we would ask to have the current lease terminated as of December 31st, and the new lease started as of January 1 for a 5-year term.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion is carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 2025-1714. Again, it's the MVP Arena. The vendor is the Curtis Lumber Company Incorporated. The estimated amount is $163,500, and it's the lease for suite number 10. And again, there's no fiscal impact to the county.
Correct. This is just a renewal. Curtis Lumber has been a good tenant. They've been current on their payments. $54,500 per year for a 3-year lease, identical to the other leases for the suites. And it's strictly a renewal that would just pick up at the end of their current term.
Okay. Any other comments or questions?
Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is contract number 2025-1645. Department is the Public Defender's Office. The vendor is the New York State Defenders Association, Inc. The estimated amount is $49,340. The scope of service, the Public Defender's PDCMS contract extension with NYSDA through 12/31/26. There's 2 fiscal impacts to this particular contract, 25% to the county and 75% New York State.
Thank you, Mr. Hindley. Good afternoon. Jordan Hubian, Albany County Public Defender. With me is Keith Bellato, Director of Operations. On behalf of the Public Defender's Office, I'm respectfully requesting authorization for a 1-year extension to the Public Defender's PDCMS contract. So that's Public Defense Case Management System. with the New York State Defenders Association. PDCMS is the office's case management software that stores and manages clients' data. So this will be an extension starting January 1st of 2026 to December 31st of 2026. And as Mr. Hidley indicated, the fiscal impact is indicated, the county 25%, the state 75%. If you have any questions with respect to that, Mr. Bellato can answer those, and certainly I can answer.
Well, first, I appreciate you telling us what the acronyms were, because I had no idea at
Yeah,
all.
I appreciate that.
Any comments or questions for our public defender?
Motion?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion's carried.
All right, thank you.
Next on the agenda is contract 2025-1648. Department is Public Works. The vendor is Robert H. Fink and Sons, Inc. The scope of services and purchase of excavator and loader. The fiscal impact is 100% to the state.
Correct. Hi, I'm Rosa. I'm from the Department of Public Works. I'm the current Director of Operations. I'm here for Commissioner Raimondo. We're looking to purchase an excavator and a loader. We asked the state if we were able to use the CHIPS money, which goes through April for us, and they agreed. They agreed that these two pieces of equipment fit the criteria for the CHIPS money.
Okay.
So we currently have 7 subdivisions. We have 4 excavators on hand. That means the other 3 subdivisions that don't have one will have to wait or borrow one. And one of those excavators is actually almost 11, 12 years old. We do have 6 loaders. This will be the 7th loader, one of which is about 13 years old. This will allow our foremen to do the work they need to do without having to borrow a piece of equipment from another subdivision or wait for it to be done being used in order to get it.
Are these new or used?
Brand new.
I'm good, thanks, Rosa.
You're welcome.
Motion?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Thank you.
opposed? Any abstention? Motion's carried. Dave, I see you're missing 1628.
Do the extra.
Well, I can read it off of here, but I don't have the one to sign.
Oh, you don't have to sign them
Just
first.
that order.
You don't have to sign them first.
All right, so next on the agenda is 1628-2025. It's the Water Purification District. The vendor is GP Jaeger LLC. It's for the supply of WEDE-CO Duron UV parts for the district's UV system. The estimated term is 1/26 to 12/31/26, and an estimated amount of $150,000. And I don't have the fiscal impact. Can somebody give that to me, please?
Yeah, Angelo Gaudio, the Water Purification District. It's 100% county funded. GP Jagger was the sole bidder in response to RFP 2025-137. This is for the supply of parts for Letico UV parts. Letico is the manufacturer for the UV disinfection system at our south plant. So it's just to replace the bulbs and associated parts with that system.
Any other comments or questions?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Contract's approved. Next on the agenda is contract 1677-2025. The department is the Water Purification District. The vendor is Air Compressor Engineering Company, Inc. The estimated amount is $35,995. The scope of services, plant water vacuum pump, and the county impact is 100%.
Air Compressor Engineering Company was the sole bidder in response to bid 2025-148. This is for the supply of a new vacuum prime system at our north plant. This is basically a system that's used to maintain a prime on our plant water pumps, and we're replacing that unit entirely. And the cost is for the full replacement.
Okay. Any questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion's carried. Next on the agenda is contract 1679-2025. It's a Water Purification District. The vendor is Brentwood Industries, Inc. The estimated amount is $210,000. And scope of services, primary clarifier, chain, and components renewal is 100% county funded.
Yeah, this is the first renewal option in the original contract. As indicated, this is for the primary clarifier chain and components that'll be used for the north plant. And as indicated, the dollar value for that period is $210,000.
Any questions or comments?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion is carried. Next on the agenda is contract 1368-2025. Department is Mental Health. The vendor is Rehabilitation Support Services, Inc. The scope of services, the reentry case system management services. And this is 100% state funded.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. This is part of our reentry task force program that we've been doing for many years. We're one of 20 counties in the state that's been identified by DCJS to implement reentry programs. The county administers the program, and we subcontract out to Rehabilitation Support Services to do the case management. This is a renewal, second year of a 3-year DCJS contract.
Questions or comments? Entertain a motion?
One quick question. So walk me through what that program does. I know this is the support, but
The reentry program? Well, so the reentry program is, again, we're one of 20 counties that have been identified as, it's really not a club that we're proud of belonging to, but we have a high rate of returning citizens from prison who are at risk for recidivism.
okay.
But we are proud of what we do with this money, and we exceed the state standards each year. We are trying to give soft landings for people coming out of prison. And last year we served 102 people. Our success rate was 75%. The statewide rate is 65%. So we coordinate the program. There's a monthly task force meeting which everyone has a standing invitation to come to. And RSS is one of our community providers, and they actually do the daily work with these 102 people to get them benefits and housing and mental health services.
So out of 102, you have 70% success rate?
Yes. And that's defined as not getting rearrested within the first 45 days of discharge.
Oh, okay.
And are these individuals who are enrolled, so they're screened as needing a mental health?
No, as a matter of fact, it's not, in other counties, it's not always the mental health department where this resides.
Oh, okay.
We've
So
had
it's
that.
everybody.
Yeah, it's everybody. And there are a large proportion of folks who are identified as needing that. But in the prisons, folks at moderate to high risk of recidivism are identified. It's a voluntary program. They come to us. We screen them to see what else do they need. Some people have been in prison for much of their life. And, we have to teach them how to use a cell phone because they've never, but it's the whole range of social services that someone might need.
Great. Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion's carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 1652-2025. The department is Mental Health. The vendor is Cabot Coach Builders, Inc. The estimated amount is $152,947. The scope of services, street, psychiatry, mobile office van, and is 100% county funded.
Yes, sir. This will be the wheels for the program that we announced in the late summer. We hope to launch a street psychiatry program in the early part of 2026. And it is a reaction to the fact that so many of the folks that we are serving are not able to come to the office or not successful in coming to the office, and so many are what are considered to be street homeless. And this is a model that's been used in Los Angeles and in New York City, and I think it's an innovative, cutting-edge program. This is a medical office on wheels, and we'll be
Are you the first in the state to do this?
We might be.
If I could add real quick, this is the culmination of many years of planning. The this potential was identified a few years ago as something that would benefit the county, and of course, conditions within the community, I think, are not much better than they were then, potentially worse. And so it really folds well into a lot of the other things, housing efforts, as well as being related in many ways to the other programs that mental health is already running, whether it be ACCORD, Mobile Crisis, you know, there's too many acronyms to talk about. So this is a necessary and logical progression of what Dr. G and his team are already doing. I'm really excited about it.
And if I could add one thing to the deputy's comment, everything he said is correct, but I would just add there are some things that are getting better.
All right, that's fair. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to paint a bad picture. Right, okay, that's fair.
So just another question. So the entirety of the street psychiatry program, including this, which is 100% county funded, are those all 100% county funded?
All.
The entirety of the street psychiatry?
So the entirety of this program is a small program. There's going to be
Yeah.
6 players that are a prescriber, a social worker,
Right.
a peer. We've gotten money from the governor's
I was gonna say, we got some
surge.
grants.
Got some?
We got some grants.
State funding?
That was
Through the city.
programmatic funding, correct? Well,
Yes.
yeah.
It enabled us to do this.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's a county initiative?
Yes, it's a county
Yeah.
initiative, and we use that grant funding to leverage ourselves,
Yeah.
basically. That we had never intended for it to be 100% grant funded, but we needed some kind of offset.
Yeah, no, I've heard lots of accolades for this from lots of different folks around the city and county, and I just wanted to confirm that it is 100% county initiated
Mhm.
and funded.
Yes.
I'd be curious to hear more about this after the program gets up and running, to be honest
Yeah,
with you.
This is
yeah.
a big deal.
It is a big deal.
It is, it is.
Yeah,
It's a great idea, and hopefully in a few months we'll be able to tell you it's actually a great program.
Yes.
right. We should put a pin in that for you to talk to the legislature, kind of do some updates
Yeah.
that are kind of not really.
Committee updates?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, so thanks for your leadership.
Yeah.
Thank you very
This
much.
is, it seems like this is going to be a really great program for Albany County.
Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion's carried.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is contract number 1612-2025, Department of Social Services. The vendor is Equinox Incorporated. The scope of service is Equinox NRDV 2026, and the fiscal impact is 100% to the federal government.
Yes, indeed, thanks. Maggie from Department of Social Services, Contract Administrator here for Aaron, Commissioner. And this is a standing, continuing contract, basically renewal for non-residential domestic violence services. So they provide those who are not in shelter with those support services that they need, whether it's referral and they also do education and community outreach, counseling, shelter placement, so.
Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion's carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 1637-2025, Social Services. The vendor is Furniture Liquidators USA LLC. It's for the provision of home establishment services. And the contract period is 1/1/26 to 12/31/26. The estimated value is $200,000. And this actually has 3 fiscal impacts. The first is the county at 38.55%. The second is the state at 20.55%. And the federal government picks up the balance at 40.9%.
Yes, so again, this is another standing mandated program and providing essential furniture and equipment and supplies for folks who have to meet kind of rigid eligibility requirements to establish homes.
I have one slight question. I'm very familiar with these contracts, just in my time here. Is this the only provider we have?
No, that should have
Yeah.
been included, therefore.
But therefore, those are on ledge level? Okay, I just want to make sure. Yep. Just over time, some have come on, some have gone off.
We've added one new one this year.
Oh, good.
With Haddis, so Haddis is going to be
How is
coming
this
out
providing that now?
both this and moving and storage.
Oh, great.
Locally.
That, yeah, for a while it was contracting, so that's great. Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Carried. Next on the agenda is contract 1649-2025, Department of Social Services.
This is a one-time, oops, sorry,
Are we finished?
sorry.
It is you got me.
Sorry.
The estimated amount is $24,000. The scope of service is Ventec Mitigation Project. And again, it's 100% county funded. And the estimated term is 12/1/25 through 1/31/26. And it's migrating the social services eligibility unit workflow management and tracking software system from the local Albany County server to the New York State Central Data Center server. Now you may go.
Sorry, and you just covered all of it, really. It's a one-time cost. I believe the state is requiring this because of the aging county-based system, so it's time to migrate over. So, and it's with the same proprietary vendor that maintains the system in place.
Any questions?
Motion.
Entertain a motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstention carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 1675-2025, Social Services. The vendor is Montgomery County Chapter NYS ARC Inc. It's for the provision of employment success, coaching, and related services to recipients of temporary assistance to maintain employment. Term is 1/1/26 through 12/31/26. The estimated amount is $105,000, and this is broken into two fiscal impacts of the county at 9.52% and the federal government at 90.48%.
This is year 3 or year 4 of a 5-year contract. We've been working with NYSERC agencies for the provision of these employment success coaching services. They meet with eligible TA clients who are trying to attain and or maintain positions, low-level, entry-level positions. And it helps both sides of the puzzle, those trying to get established and gain independence, and also for those hiring, companies, agencies hiring.
That's great. Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion's carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 1678-2025, Department of Social Services. The vendor is Karen Aaron's Moving and Storage for the provision of moving and storage services for eligible temporary assistant recipients when relocation and/or storage of household belongings is necessary and not otherwise available. It is 1/1/26 through 12/31/26 at an estimated value of $150,000 at a fiscal impact broken down as the following. The county will pick up 43.4%. The state will pick up 24.22%. And finally, the federal government will pick up 32.38%.
Right, so again, much like home establishment, there are 4 providers collectively up to this $150,000 threshold. And it's primarily moving services, but also storage as well. And again, we have 3 providers and a new one with Hattis coming on board. So folks will have more options. And
That's great. Motion.
So wait, I have a question.
Sure.
So this is like if someone is moving and they can't figure out where to store their stuff, or
yeah,
county helps?
there's a list of eligible, those situations that are eligible.
Oh, okay.
Someone evicted, someone moving from transitional housing to permanent
Okay.
housing, or the reverse.
I didn't even know we did this.
Yeah.
This is great.
It's another
Okay.
mandated.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion's carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 1698-2025, Social Services. We're keeping you busy today. The vendor is Trinity Health Corporation. It's for the delivery, installation, and maintaining of electronic communication equipment in the homes of frail, elderly, and disabled DSS clients. It is 1/1/26 through 12/31/26 at an estimated amount of $75,000. And the fiscal impact is broken into 2. The county will pick up 38% and the state will pick up 62%.
And yes, this is yet another where we have multiple vendors, and just this year we added a new life station. So clients have the option to choose any one of the three, and this new vendor comes in with great recommendations, lower costs, and they provide it's the I've fallen and can't get up kind of equipment.
Oh, okay.
So in various forms, which are selected by the clients. And so the companies that are selected have whatever electronic connection and can alert whomever needs to go there, whether it's a personal caretaker or 911 or otherwise.
So it's designed for the purpose of like remote patient monitoring.
And
types of
maintaining folks in their homes rather than
Right.
having to go
That's
into a
great.
home or.
That's great.
Yeah.
stuff. Does it include like installing Wi-Fi?
Yeah, not installing Wi-Fi.
Installing the
Good
devices
question.
or whatever?
Yeah, it includes installation, delivery, setup, ongoing, support.
That's great.
Is it necessary for this equipment to have Wi-Fi?
Yeah,
Yeah, what, I'm sorry?
Wi-Fi.
There is a landline-based
Oh, there
option,
is.
so I don't know how that works, but yes.
Do we have a vendor for the fall prevention stuff?
Yeah, all three of the vendors offer multiple variations of those
Right,
pieces of
right.
equipment, yeah.
Which, by the way, every person over 80, no matter what their health status, should have a fall protection, just my advertisement.
And they make them more than just the necklaces now,
Yeah.
that can be in watch.
No, I mean, Apple Watches do it.
And Apple Watch is what you.
No, every person who's over 80, so your parents, anyone, it's just a fall.
I had a friend who was skiing and they crashed and they called emergency services on him. He was
It's
like,
not for you.
yeah,
Not yet.
exactly. He didn't turn it off.
I'm just glad you didn't say over 60.
I was gonna say some of us might need it
Yeah.
after 60 or something.
No, but so important and.
It is.
just a fall prevention. I'm glad the county's doing this kind of stuff, huge.
My mother-in-law has it. And thank God she hasn't had to use it. But
Yeah.
She does have it.
Yeah, my dad, it took a while to talk him into it, but he finally got one, yeah.
Well, I'll do a motion.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. Next on the agenda is contract 1695-2025. The vendor is economic, it's for the Economic Development, Conservation, and Planning. The vendor is Hudson Valley Agricultural Business Development. It's for a contractor to provide technical assistance, project planning, and agricultural development support to Albany County farmers and municipalities. It's 1/1/26 through 12/31/26 at an estimated value of $25,000, and it is 100% county impact.
I'm here to speak on that.
And you are?
Yeah, Anne Marie Salmon, our Director for the Department of Economic Development, Conservation and Planning. So this is an annual renewal. It is a sole source contract. Hudson Valley Agribusiness is really the only entity in the kind of 5-county region providing these farmer consulting services. So they do technical assistance, grant writing, marketing assistance, things like that. Farmers can call them directly for support. And some of the municipalities can call if they have questions on some of the sort of business support they can provide for those farmers. It was recommended in the 2018 Agricultural and Farmland Protection Plan that was adopted by the Ledge, and that will be updated again in a couple of years from now. And I don't know if you have any questions.
I do. This is great, and I've heard a lot about you, so welcome
Oh,
to the
thank
county.
you.
Very,
Thank
very
you.
nice to have you. So this is agribusiness, so it's focused on farmers who are trying to expand their business model or solidify their business model.
Yeah, and I think, or just any other technical support. It is sort of a complex landscape for some of the business services they need that are very unique to like being a farmer or being in a farm production role.
Okay. Do we share grant opportunities with that audience?
Yes, so they do receive, as far as I'm aware, different farmers that have been outreached by the county. They receive newsletters and sort of information on programs they can plug into, but we can certainly also circulate that more widely.
Yeah,
if you'd
that's
like to
great.
share that.
That's great. Appreciate that. This is good.
That's why I didn't know who you were.
We still play with it. Motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. Thank you very much. Keep up the great work. Next on the agenda is contract 1725-2025. It's the district attorney's office, and the vendor is Gene Geiger Crisis Center. And the Geiger Institute is being contracted with to provide training to the various partners under STRIVE grant. The ACDA, the AC, the probation, Albany Police Department, and the Equinox. The training is to help identify at-risk victims of intimate partner violence before they become victims of homicide. The Geiger Institute has an evidence-based preparatory training that will help the partners assist with crime victims, and it's 12/15/25 to 12/14 of 27, and the estimated amount is $30,000. At 2 fiscal impacts, the county will pick up 50% and the state will pick up 50%.
Right, Pat Collins from the DA's office. I tried to put everything in there for you. This is training to help our DAs and APD identify intimate partner violent victims and help them get emergency services.
Pat, real quick, so basically you identify obviously the cases that come in and you kind of refer ones that you think are of high risk.
Yep.
But this is the training so people know what to look for?
Yep.
Is that right? Okay.
Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carried.
Thank you all. Nice to be back.
Who are you again?
Just some guy that people keep taking advice from when they show up.
Ain't that the truth?
I'd like to go further if I could delay Mr. Latina.
We like to hold Dave as long as we can.
They say the best for last.
Next on the agenda is contract 1772-2025. It's the county executive's office. The vendor is Deckard Technologies, Inc. It's a short-term rental registry software to monitor and analyze countywide short-term rental data as requested by the Office of Budget and Management. This contract entry is an amendment already approved to contract 2025-1333 of October for $62,250. The total amount for this vendor is actually $65,250, so that will be a $3,000 amendment. And the term is 12/1/25 through 11/30/28 at a 100% county fiscal impact.
Yeah, good afternoon, Pat Curran from the County Executive's Office. So this request is just for an amendment to the original executed contract. The original amount was incorrect at $62,250. So this amendment will make it whole for $65,250 per the original proposal agreement.
So walk me through why it was incorrect.
It was a mistake on my part. I misunderstood the original information.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's all your fault.
Yeah, it's the reason they hired me in policy and not budget. So.
Okay. So this is to, again, operationalize our registry efforts related to additional hot tax revenue.
Yes.
Okay, and that has already started?
Yes, so that contract was executed. As of right now, we've been having some kind of initial kickoff meetings with Deckard to kind of get the whole system set up.
Okay, and then how long is it going to take to get?
I'm not sure exactly on what that timeline is going to be, but I'd be happy to touch base with those folks and get you that information.
Okay, yeah, the legislature's really interested, obviously, but
Sure.
thanks.
Oh, you got, it's a 3-year period.
Yeah, it's a 3-year contract. Yeah.
Motion?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Carried.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is contract 1718-2025. Department is General Services. The vendor is Stanced Combustion. It's for the replacement of front boiler section and 3 immediate boiler sections on boiler number 3, as outlined in the quote, located at the St. Rose Events and Athletic Center. It is for 12/3/25 through 12/2/26 at an estimated value of $40,500 with a 100% county impact.
Hi, Commissioner Latina for Department of General Services. Department of General Services has been tasked with taking care of the maintenance up at the St. Rose College. We're pulling this portion we're pulling this one here, and we're going with the secondary for contract 1770, because when they started taking the boiler apart, there was more to it than that. So we're not gonna go with this 40,500, we'll be going with the second one that's after this.
Oh, okay.
So this one is cold.
So you're requesting to remove this from consideration?
Correct.
Okay, so,
So we'll make a motion here to remove this from consideration, please.
Motion?
second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? That has been removed from the agenda.
So I have a couple questions.
We'll get to the next one.
Yeah.
All right, so now, this is the last contract on the agenda for today. It's 1770-2025. Again, it's general services. Stance Capital Combustion LLC. It's for replacement of boiler number 3 as outlined in the quote, and located at the St. Rose Event Center and Athletic Center. And it's 12/10/25 to 12/9/26 at an estimated value of $111,358 with a 100% county fiscal impact.
Correct. So this is an ongoing thing. When we were tasked to take over the maintenance portion of it, when we got in there, the event center, actually, there's 3 boilers down there, which actually runs 4 of the facilities with underneath piping. When we got in there, none of the boilers were working. So I tasked our HVAC guy to get them up and working. We got one up and running that's running pretty good. The other one was, the second one was abandoned years ago. There was nothing done. So we were looking to, we got the third one up and running, but as it was running, it was leaking all over the place. It goes back to when we got Stance. Stance was the original vendor up there on these boilers for St. Rose, so we called them in. They were going, once they pulled it apart, they said we could get away with just changing 4 sections for $40,000. Once they got in there, all 13 sections were leaking in the boiler. So Department of General Services, we entered into an emergency contract because we can't, if we lose that boiler that's running now, we lose all heating in all 4 of these buildings, and we can't afford to do that in the wintertime for this freeze. So there was a couple of different options that we had. We could replace the 13 chambers in it for $90,000. We could rent a temporary boiler for the outside for $80,000. Stance had a boiler, the exact boiler that we needed for replacement on there, and they gave us a price of $101,000 to replace that boiler. And so what we did is, we just added a 10% contingency on unforeseen things. This'll get us through the winter with a brand new boiler that we have, so make sure that nothing happens to these buildings up at St. Rose. And we're going to enter in a contract with Siemens to do a redesign of the boilers down there, but when we do that, we'll have them redesign it with the brand new boiler that's there to redesign with the other 2 boilers that we may need at that point, so we don't waste that portion of the money that we're spending up there right now.
So my first question you answered, which is this boiler covers heating for 4 buildings?
Yes, it's all underground piping that goes underneath the facility and goes out to the 4 main buildings.
So has this prompted you guys to do sort of an analysis of all the boilers in the whole?
Yes, we've just gone through that. We've had our HVAC guy up there. He's going through all the buildings up there. Right now, we're in the process of winterizing a lot of buildings right now because we don't want to run into, there is problems with a lot of the heating and cooling in some of the supplementary buildings up there. So we're doing an assessment on that. The Alliance has, right now, they have a Dylan that's up there now. She's working with, I think it's a company. They're going in and winterizing these buildings so we can shut them down. That way we can assess these buildings as we open back up in the springtime. We can turn the water back on them, see what's leaking, and take care of that point, because we already had one building that's already flooded. In the basement, we had to pump because of a busted pipe down there. So that building was taken care of. So that's our assessment right now. And we do have assessment about all the heating and cooling that's up there now.
And are these 4 buildings, any of them part of the ones that the county owns?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, the majority of them that we're going to be taking over.
So us doing this work on buildings we own is?
Yes.
Yes.
And then if there are others that need kind of this kind of work
Right.
before we sell them, we're going to have to invest and then hopefully recover those costs?
Yeah, so if we winterize buildings, you can shut all the systems down. Dave is very, very familiar with this. I am as well, and Dave Riley is as well from foreclosure. So typically, if you think of foreclosure perspective, you take over a building that you didn't know what the conditions were. Dave at the time, he's not doing that now, would go into this team and winterize the whole building. That would, generally speaking, put like a static hold on all the systems so that somebody could buy the building, come in, fire back up, get things running again. The winterization will allow that, so there won't have to be quite as much of the repair. But for those buildings that need to remain alive, so to speak, if there's, you know, a degradation of the systems, you're gonna have to do repairs.
And is this also prompting kind of a look at other infrastructure stuff?
Yes, we're looking at all the roofs and, you know, everything that we're going to be taking over, we're looking at right now. You know, the roofs are a little bit, you know, we've had some roof leaks, we have contractors up there. You'll see probably next month what we did, you know, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but we have trade labor contracts that we're going to increase. They were a $100,000 contract. We're increasing those to $200,000 next month because of, we don't have contracts up there right now. Eventually we'll have to add them into our contracts for property maintenance, but these will cover us in that time in order to get emergency services up there and to get work done. If we need electrical work, if we need plumbing work, if we need roofing work or general contracting up there, we can get these people in there right away and get the jobs done.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, all information is good for the
Yes,
legislature.
and I tasked my budget analyst upstairs to keep track of what we're actually spending up there right now. Separate, you know, bonding in as fees for services, stuff like that. So we're keeping good close contact on what we're spending up there.
That's good. Maybe we'll plan some more briefings that we usually do with the
Yeah, and this, you know,
legislature.
and you were very supportive, so thank you. But this is some of the detractors, especially in the general public, are saying you're moving too fast. No, we're moving exactly as quickly as we need to.
Yeah, well, this is stuff that has to be done, otherwise you're
Yeah.
not protecting your investment.
Yeah, I mean, if like I said, if those boilers go out, we're in big
Yeah.
trouble. I mean, you know, especially, you know, we're a little bit warmer today, but we've had a very cold December so far. And it's only gonna get worse in January, February. We lose that first boiler. So I imagine that we should have this boiler in by the second week of January, so we'll be in pretty good shape.
Just one boiler will handle what you need to have?
Yeah, one boiler will pretty much handle it right now. But I mean, if we get really down into the cold, and as we occupy the buildings, we're gonna have to push more heat, you know, through these tubes and stuff like that. So, you know, with the secondary boiler, it'll be perfect. We really don't need the third one right now, but we can get away right now with one. But the second one is really the backup one. You really need that backup because you don't have any backup system in there.
Okay, thank you for all of that explanation.
Okay.
Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? You carry.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So at this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to close the Contract Administration Board meeting for December
Motion.
19th at
Second.
12:55 p.m. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion's carried.
Thank you, thank you.
Thanks.